Arpit, and now welcome to the second part of Yojana for the month of March 2024. In the first part, we have dealt with two topics, that is traditional art forms in digital age and second is popular music in India. Now in this particular portion, we are going to deal with two topics. First is folk art reimagined using modern techniques and contexts. So here first we will understand what art is, which we understood in the first part also, and what folk art is, and how digitization has been impacting folk art. What are the challenges which have come across, by the impact of digitalization on folk art. We will see all this. Next is impact of digital technology on social media on art museums. There are multiple art museums in the country, and we have listed a few of them, a few important ones. And then we have seen that what have been the impact of digitization on those art museums, as well as we will see the challenges which are there with respect to digitalization of these art museums. So this Yojana for the month of March 2024, by now you might have got a fair amount of idea about this, that this is all about art and culture and how digitization or this modern technique is impacting art and culture. So a very unique, I would say, domain and a very important domain for us because art and culture is an intrinsic part of our syllabus. It is there in GS1 for mains and it is also asked in prelims. So it becomes very important to understand this month's issue in a holistic way. So let's get started with the first topic for this particular session, that is the second part of Yojana out of the three parts for the month of March 2024. Now, folk art reimagined using modern techniques and contexts. So basically, we should first understand that what is art. Art is not just about creating or appreciating things that are aesthetically appealing. Aesthetically appealing means they are attractive. It is not just about appreciating those aesthetic or appealing things. Then what is art? Art is a means of connecting with our deepest selves and expressing the inexpressible. Now in the last video we covered that every human being has this intrinsic art inside him or her. It is just the way you express it. The degrees are different. Some people are more expressive, hence they are called as more artistic. Some people are less expressive, they are less artistic. But yes, there is this intrinsic art in everyone. It is just a way of expressing your feelings, your thoughts, your behavior. That is art. Since we are talking about folk art, so it becomes important for us to know what folk art is. Folk art is a traditional expression of culture that helps a group maintain and share its way of life. Like, for example, the Banjara tribe, they have their old tradition of traveling from one place to the other place. And when they do travel from one place to the other place, they sing songs. Those are known as folk songs, part of folk art. They sing those songs to express themselves. They wear clothes. They wear bangles up till here. They wear this big, nose rings. This is their, expression or forms of expression. So it is their way of life, actually. It can be decorative or utilitarian, means it can be an ornament, or it can be some expression which is of daily utility, and may be used every day or reserved for special occasions. It is often handmade. Now, see, since this word has come across that it is handmade, so you will be considering that folk art is always tangible, means something which has physical presence, or it is visible, it has physical presence, that is tangibility or tangible. But folk art is tangible, no doubt about the fact, but it is also intangible. Like dancing is basically intangible form of folk art. It can be learned formally and informally and may also be self-taught. Folk art may include intangible forms of expressive culture like dance, song, poetry, and foodways. So, this is what folk art is: traditional expression of culture, which every distinct group has its own culture, so they have their own ways of expressing their culture. So that is called as folk art. Now, is folk art also impacted by digitization? Well, you know, in contemporary times, digitization has impacted almost every sphere of life. Folk art definitely has been impacted. Now, going to the definition of folk art, it is a traditional expression of culture. It is distinctive. So, there are apprehensions that, impact of digitization on these folk arts, it is diluting that essence of folk art. That is something which we will see also now. But yes, we cannot run away from the fact that digitization has not impacted folk art. It has impacted folk art. And there are benefits also. We've seen benefit of digitization in the previous video on these art forms. So the benefit of this digitization on folk art is the same. That is, it is integrating smart technology offers an opportunity for folk art forms to evolve and reach broader audience. If broader audience is reached, then popularity increases. Then the more motivation will be there to perform or to conserve these arts. This is one such dimension where, digitization has impacted positively on these folk arts. But as of now, or as always, there is a challenge also. Challenge lies in devising a strategy wherein these art forms, while retaining their intrinsic cultural significance, can adapt and flourish amidst the rapid pace of change. So that is the challenge that needs to be addressed. So is folk art evolving? See, every art evolves. And, the elements of the present day era or the elements of respective contemporary era, definitely they get infused in that folk art or in that art form. So folk art is also evolving. It is not an exception. And in this present era of digitization is impacting folk art. So it is there. Folk art is deeply rooted in the cultural specifics of communities and serve as a medium for preserving unique customs and contributing to fostering communal cohesion. This art form plays a crucial role in shaping the cultural identity of communities and geographic regions. Definitely, many regions are known by their folk arts also. Now, unlike classical art forms, folk art exhibit a dynamic and adaptable nature, often responding to contemporary influences. And many folk art forms are no longer confined to their geographical boundaries as of now. Globalization has, had a considerable amount of impact on these folk art forms. They are also integrating new themes and techniques in them. Now, the challenge is infusion of elements in making folk art popular, but original essence is getting lost. That is something which needs to be addressed. It is getting popular, it is evolving, new and new elements are getting infused into it. But with all this, the original essence is getting lost. This is the challenge. We have to find a way out, and in that way out, the original essence of that art form has to be preserved and it has to be spread also. That is the way out which we need to find, and that is difficult to find out as of now. Concerns for digital transition preservation. Now, in the modern era, folk art is shifting to digital realm for their presentation. But in transition, there are certain concerns. They are following. First is potential dilution of subtle, abstract, and intuitive elements which are inherently part of the folk art forms. Second is that some musicologists, they have said that while technology is offering unprecedented opportunities for dissemination and innovation, means you can reach to, unmatchable audience or infinite audience by using this digital technology, but it also poses a risk. The risk is mere computational algorithms and digitized templates. If these digitized templates for this folk art is created, then those digitized templates can create further, art forms, or it can create or it can magnify the art forms, eliminating the artists. That is something which is concerning for those musicologists. There is a danger of algorithmic bias and mass standardization of these art forms, because these art forms are unique. They are very much centric to a particular community. But if this mass standardization of this art forms happen, then that uniqueness is gone. That is a challenge, and this will come by digitalization. There is a risk that these art forms will be homogenized, commodified, or reduced to superficial representations, devoid of original depth. Originality will be lost. So this is basically, or these are the concerns with respect to digitalization of these art forms. And these concerns are real. So what should be done? To address these concerns, it is essential to approach the digitization of folk art with sensitivity and respect for its diversity and connection to the heritage. Because that is the original essence of this folk art. If we, see a folk art, capture it, spread it, and while capturing and spreading it, we, disrespect the originality or the original essence, then that, folk art, or that the main element of folk art will be gone. The collaborative efforts between modern technologists and artists who have an in-depth understanding of tradition can be endeavored to ensure that digital adaptations retain the genuineness, richness of traditional counterparts. So in this present day era, everyone has this race for money. So if there is a technologist or there is a digital creator, and he or she captures one art form and tries to spread it, in unethical way in order to earn money, so the original essence of that art form will be gone. That is not required. That is actually not at all required. So this needs to be taken care of. Next is impact of digital technology on social media and art museum. So first of all, we need to understand that what is an art museum. An art museum is a public or private institution. It can be public or it can be private, that collects, preserves, and exhibits and interprets works of art for education and enjoyment of the public. These institutions typically house a diverse range of artistic objects like paintings, sculptures, furnitures, drawings, prints, photographs, textiles, ceramics, and decorative arts. So all these things you will find in the museums. The ultimate objective of museum is to preserve these ancient artifacts and show it to the public. So entertainment is also there, awareness is also generated among the people. So these are the purposes of these museums, and they are very powerful places, I would say. You get to learn a lot from these institutions, that is the museums. The museums in India is home to many museums, and these museums host a lot of elements of art and culture of India, and art and culture of India is extremely rich. Now here is a list of multiple museums which are there in India, and these are the major ones, but apart from these museums there are multiple other museums as well. Like the first is the National Museum in New Delhi. This is one of the largest museums in India with a vast collection of antiquities from different periods of India. Decorative arts are there, paintings are there, sculptures are there, coins, manuscripts are there. The next is National Gallery of Modern Arts. Again, this is in New Delhi. This was established in 1954 after independence, and it is one of the premier art institutions in India, showcasing modern and contemporary Indian art. So this is basically for modern art, as the name suggests. Next is Salarjung Museum, Hyderabad. Now this is very, I would say, a popular museum because, again, this will very well connect to our topic, that this museum has digitized itself. It has digitized itself in, preserving those ancient artifacts, and it has a very good social media presence also. It has its own website which is popular among the youth, among the foreign visitors as well. So a lot of people do visit, and a positive impact of digitization can be seen on this particular museum in Hyderabad. That is Salarjung Museum. It is located on the banks of river Musi. Salarjung Museum houses one of the largest private collections of art and antiques in the world. Its collections include paintings, sculptures, textiles, ceramics, and furniture from various cultures and civilizations. Next is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya. This is formerly Prince of Wales Museum in Mumbai. It is located. This museum in Mumbai houses an impressive collection of Indian art, including sculptures, miniature paintings, decorative arts, and artifacts from various periods. Next is Indian Museum, Kolkata. Established in 1814, it is one of the oldest museums in the country, and it has a vast collection of artifacts including sculptures, paintings, coins, and archaeological finds. Next is Government Museum and Art Gallery, Chandigarh. This museum in Chandigarh features a diverse collection of artworks including Gandhara sculptures, miniature paintings, contemporary Indian art, and it also hosts various artifacts from the Indus Valley civilization, because Indus Valley civilization existed in that region where Chandigarh is. So this is something which is important. Next is Jahangir Art Gallery, Mumbai. Again, this is in Mumbai, established in 1952 post independence. It is one of the most prominent art galleries in Mumbai. It hosts regular exhibitions featuring works by both emerging and established Indian artists. Now, these are just a few examples of museums in the country. And apart from these museums, there are multiple other museums and art galleries in the country. Now, digitization of art museums. Now, art museums are increasingly embracing digitalization to make their collections more accessible to a wider audience. This involves digitizing artifacts, creating virtual exhibits, utilizing online platforms for education and outreach. So, digitization, as we saw, it has positively impacted the Salarjung Museum of Hyderabad. It allows museums to preserve fragile items, reach global audiences, and engage with new technologies. Like, for example, the Salarjung Museum has used RFID technology to better conserve and preserve the artifacts over there. You cannot go beyond a certain point. Then certain museums are using holograms also to showcase different items. Not the original items they are showcasing, but those holographic items look like original items. So, digitization, if seen in a proper way, can definitely impact museums in a positive way. The museums and social media. Social media has played a crucial role in popularizing museums and artifacts. So you take out any digital social media platform like Instagram or Facebook or X, and you can increase the outreach of the museum to the people. You can host online exhibitions and all as well. Now, increased reach and visibility. This will increase definitely because everyone nowadays is on social media. Enhanced engagement with the people. Platforms like Instagram, Twitter enable museums to share stories, behind the scenes glimpses, educational content, and interactive experiences, fostering deeper engagement with the visitors. Community building. Museums can create online communities through social media, fostering conversations, encouraging feedbacks, and building a sense of belongingness among the people. Then promotion of events can happen through social media and is a vital tool for promoting upcoming events in any museum, so that more and more people come and visit that particular event. This will definitely lead to increased earnings for those museums as well. But everything is not hunky-dory. There are different challenges also. Challenges which are being faced by art museums, especially in this digitized age. First is competition. Social media is a crowded space, and museums need to stand out effectively to be visible. Content creation. Creating engaging and relevant content, consistent planning is needed for that. Access. Museums need to ensure their social media presence is accessible to diverse audiences and caters to various learning styles. Then measuring effectiveness. There should be effective tools to measure the effectiveness of their social media outreach to the people. Virtual presence. Museums are increasingly using live videos to offer virtual tours and experiences, making them accessible remotely. Now, there are certain things, 360-degree view and all. There are videographies and all, which give virtual tours to the people. So you don't need to go there physically, but virtually you can go there and visit. Social media influencers. Collaboration with relevant influencers can broaden reach and attract new audiences, but they are not able to do that which needs to be done. And new platforms. Staying informed about new platforms and adopting strategies accordingly is key for museums to stay relevant. So this is something, or some of the challenges which needs to be addressed. And once addressed, definitely outreach of art museums will definitely be increased, and that is something which is or which should be increased, because museums are those places which have very rich information about our rich art and culture. Digitalization can definitely play a very crucial role over here. We need to understand this in this format. And with this, we come to an end of this part of Yojana as well. I will be meeting you in the third part now, and we will be discussing the remaining two topics, and we will be winding up the Yojana for the month of March 2024. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. I will be meeting you in the next video now. So, namaste, Jai Hind.